Hello everybody, welcome back, Fumbler here. And yeah, in today's video we'll be having a look on this very nice lock from ABUS. I got it from Dew and he actually sent me a very nice tool for it to open, and you will need it. It is a very tiny little magnet. So how will we need it? Yeah, stick around and you'll find out. Let's have a look at the lock first. This is the box. Of course, here's only the half we need for picking. And here's the code card for extra security when you want to copy a key. And yeah, I mentioned magnet. If we look closer on the key, you see it has 6 pins. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then if you look on the tip, you see a very tiny magnet just up here. And this is actually required to open the lock. So if you put it in, works just fine. And if we want to pick it now, so open it without a key, we need to manipulate that magnet, which sits just here at the very end of the lock. And yeah, hopefully I can do that. Yeah, the model name is Magtec, model 1500. And yeah, let's get it in a vise and pick it. See you back in a second. Okay, here we are back in the vise. Here's the key. Works just fine. And yeah, let's start picking. And actually we start off with the magnet. I put it here on a flat piece of metal. And what works best for me is let the magnet do the magic on itself. So if I put it here, it pulls itself off the stick into the keyway. And now you see it on the very top here. Sorry, let me focus. You see the magnet on the top? And now what I will do is just push it in with the stick. And then at some point we can hear how it releases off the stick. Yeah, stick, flat piece of metal. Hopefully we can hear that. And then it will pull itself towards the interactive element. Okay. I don't know if you heard it. Maybe, hopefully I can amplify it. But now it should be in position. And now the picking of the main stack starts. I'm using this tensioner here, clockwise tension. And then favorite hook PN07 from multi-pick, and start picking. So usually it binds from the back, so starting off at 6, click, 5, click, some core movement. Now 1 is binding, more core movement. This was 4. Now what's 3? No, 2. 2 is binding tightly. Hopefully it will open now. No. Let's check the pins. Okay, 6. No, 5. 4. Okay, 4. Nope. So I'm just checking for counter rotation and jiggle testing them. Okay, just touched 5 or 6 and it's open. So, how to gut that best? I have not gutted it yet, so follow me along. We'll fast forward it from here and then meet you back once I find something interesting. Okay, welcome back from Fast Forward. And before we take a closer look on the pins, I want to show you the magnetic interaction here in the back. And what you see here is the very back of the core. And up here, you see this little pin sticking out. You notice I took all the main stack out so I can rotate the core freely. And I can just do that in that direction until here. And then back into that direction until here. And this little pin in this copper inlay stops me from going any further. If we now carefully insert the key, you will notice that it disappeared. The magnet pulled it in, and now I can rotate all the way. If I pull it out again and then turn again, it will block me. And in that position, if I now enter the key, so if I would pick the main stack first and then try to put the magnet in, I will not be able to pull that thing down because it's too far away from the keyway, from my magnet. Only if I go back to the center position like here, you see now it got pushed down a bit by the copper inlay and then it got pulled by the magnet, and now I can open it. So this is how that works. Let me take that out carefully. Oh yeah, the copper inlay just falls out. And the core has a bit odd dimensions. It seems to be in the range of the SR700 or so. This is why Dew included a follower, but I cannot get with hollow followers. I would drop pins all the time. So I just used that one, the 3D printed one I had for the SR700. And also the core holder works. So let's have a look at the core together. So here's the side, the top side with the interactive element. And you see all these holes here. There you can put actually passive elements that can have a drilling on the key and is for key control. And you have grooves on the top, on the left and on the right side of the housing to give room for these passive pins. Then in the front here we have key control, anti-drill protection, just here. And then in the back you have the interactive element. And if you pull out the key now, this thing goes flying. I just learned that. But if you do it carefully, you see how far it sticks out. There's a spring just under it. And let me actually grab it with my unfortunately magnetized tweezers. But yeah, this is what it looks like close up. And I will put it just here, if my tweezers will let go. Yeah, and besides that, on the core is rather boring. You have room for passive key control on the left and right, and then you have the 6 holes for the main stack. So much to that. Then let's have a look on the pins, which are actually quite nice. And I didn't finish arranging them for you. Oh no. So they are all steel, I think, because they are quite attracted by everything I put on them. So we'll use something non-magnetic to arrange them. Good enough. And you see that all the key pins are standard. So the top pins are standard. And then we have very nice security pins in the driver section. So here in the bottom. 1 is standard, 2 is a very nice spool, also in 3, also in 4. 3 is standard. And then in 5 and in 6 we have these very nice T-pins, which explained that I just touched 5 or 6 in the end of the pick and the lock opened right up without any counter rotation. Yeah? So the lock was stuck and at this point here and didn't open because it was just stuck on this very top of the pin. and then if you touch it, it opens up. Yeah, and here's the interactive element. Very tiny. I don't know if you noticed during fast forward, but I just dropped it during gutting and I'm happily found it again. Yeah. So yeah, very nice lock. I think with all the steel in there, it's quite secure against drilling, I would guess. And if you add more key control things then as well, yeah, I guess it's quite secure. And the trickery with the magnet, you really have to know it, and then you have to have the right magnet. So not a bad lock, I think, even though if you know the tricks, you can pick it rather quickly, luckily. Okay, thanks everybody who's still here, and yeah, if you're new here, please subscribe, and always happy to hear from your comments, and see you next video. Bye!